Yo, what is up? I'm Zach. Welcome back to my channel of RWBY Mythology. So guys, today, here we are. The finale of the RWBY versus series video. And today, I give you guys a team up versus team up matchup. That is Team RWBY versus Team JNPR. Ruby Rose, Washni, Blake Belladonna, and Yang Xiaolong versus John Ark, Nora Valkyrie, Pure Nikos, and Lai Ren. Now, this is the matchup to be honest, I was gonna do Pura versus Ruby, but then I went back and saw the first two versus videos that I did. Well, kind of re-uploaded, honestly. Team RWBY Battle Royale and Team JNPR Battle Royale video that I made. And it got me thinking, why not make this as the finale? Team versus team. Which team is the best? Team RWBY or Team JNPR? So, yeah. So basically, we're going to break down each of the characters and break down of which each one of the characters will go up against one of each of the character. So make it a lot more easier to who will win in the fight. So basically, like, switch things up instead of just doing the same matchup that's already been done on this channel. So yeah. So let's start with the main one. Alright, let's start with Team RWBY. Ruby Rose, Washni, Blake Belladonna, and Yang Xiaolong. I'm going to break down of the characters, their weapons, and their semblance. Like I said, this is going to be a longer video, basically the breakdown of each of the characters. So yeah, Ruby Rose, the team leader of Team RWBY, the speedster of the group. Her weapon is basically a gun, a sniper rifle, and a scythe. Her semblance is basically pedal burst, basically like a speed teleport, basically. And she could actually do it with anyone else, travel with someone that she knows. And also gives her the ability to get away from her opponents. And her weapons give her a close range and long range fight. And without her weapon, she's basically vulnerable without it. So, yeah, she's not skillful hand-to-hand combat, but she is very deadly when it comes to her fighting skills with her scythe. So, there's that. Wai Shni, the more logical type of girl. And her weapon is just a simple sword with several dust in her arsenal, in her blade, to give her like ice, fire, wind, gravity, lightning, and also like reverse time. I don't know why she has that, because we've seen like volume 2 and we never see that again. Um and also her semblance is basically glyph, and she can summon anything that she defeated in battle, like any Grims, etc. But she's more of a long range fighter than just a close range that we see in a fight. And she always have her summoning to aid her in battle, but they can be destroyed. So yeah. Blake Belladonna, she's basically the ninja type of girl. She's skillful of hand-to-hand combat with her weapon. Her weapon is basically like a katana, and it could be like a pistol and a grappling hook. And she's also a dual blade fighter. She uses her sleeve for her weapon as a secondary weapon choice. And her semblance is basically called Shadow. Basically fool her opponent to be, oh, that's her, okay, kill her, but it turns out it's be the fake version. And she could use any dust fuse with her shadow, like she did with Roman, you know, turning to stone or ice and fire with her shadow that she used, so she could do that. And so basically, and plus she's a cat fauna. She has good hearing, good sense, and she does have like night vision to see through the dark. So basically, she's like the faster because cats are very good with instincts. So there's that. Yang Bronwyn, she's not Yang Bronwyn. What? Yang Bronwyn. I don't want to say that. Yang Xiaolong. She's basically the brawler, the hand-to-hand fighter, trained by her father Tai Yang. She is skillful with hand-to-hand combat, both her arms and legs. Her weapon is basically the shotgun gauntlets, and she's very deadly with it. And her bullets can be grenades, so there's that. Her semblance is basically burn. The more damage she takes, the more hits she takes, the more stronger she became. The more stronger she becomes, she can hit her right back. Basically, her hair will be turned to golden burn hair, and her eyes turning crimson red. So basically, increase her strength. So there's that. And of course, she does have a robotic arm for in this scenario. So there's that. Um, yeah, that's basically it for Team RWBY as a whole. Next, Team Juniper, John Arc, Nora Valkyrie, Pure Nikos, and Lyren. So basically, like I said, we're gonna go over each of the characters of the weapons and their semblance. So we're gonna start with John Arc. John Arc doesn't show much of a hand-to-hand combat. His main weapon is just simple a sword and a shield. But since later on in the series, he upgraded his shield to have a gravity dust and light dust, the heavier ones, for like making basically like a shield bit more. And not only that, he upgraded his sleeve to be another secondary, like a gray sword that we saw in Volume 4. So he does have a gray sword, thanks to the upgrade. So he became a skillful swordsman, thanks to Puro. His aura is, or basically, aura imp. Basically, he could give aura to anyone, and he could heal his aura back up 100%. It is useful in battle, but it's not useful for fighting. So, yeah. So, there's really not much to go over, honestly. Nora Valkyrie, again, she's not of a skillful fighter. She's basically the tanker, the wild one. Her main weapon is like a rocket launcher and could transform into a hammer. And I want to say it will hurt, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. But with her hammer, she hits hard when she swings that thing. And her semblance is basically absorb lightning, increase her strength and speed, and have a powerful swing, like we saw in Volume 4 against Tyrion, and Volume 5 against Hazel when Nora absorbed all that electricity, increase her strength and speed and her power blow. So there's that. Pure Nikos, she's basically the more skillful of hand-to-hand combat than anyone. Well trained, well skillful. Her weapon of choice is basically like a rifle, like a shotgun, so to speak. But it's more like a sniper rifle. Then it could transform to a spear or a simple dagger blade. And her semblance is basically manipulate anything that is metal, so to speak, that we saw in volume 1, then volume 3, before, manipulating people or anyone that has metal on them or any metal around them. And she is very deadly with that semblance. So she's very skillful of that. Even without her weapon. Oh, I forgot to mention she does have a shield. So I forgot about that. So yeah. Lyren. He's also skillful hand-to-hand combat, but nowhere near like Pyrrha. So he does fight with his weapon. His weapon is just like a dual-wield pistol with the blade underneath the gun where to shoot at, as a blade, as a dagger, so to speak. So basically, it's like a blade gun. Like, you can shoot and slash people with it. And of course, he does have a knife that once belonged to his father. He doesn't use it as much, but he does just keep it as like a memory or whatever. His semblance is only looked through. Well, in in volume 4, his semblance basically hides people emotions, and then later on in volume 8, his semblance involved where he could see people's emotion based on the color of, the flower, the flower petal, based on a different color. It doesn't do much in battle. It's just basically understands people's emotions. So yeah, that's basically it for Team Juniper. So yeah, that's basically it. So now, who's gonna win in the fight with Team RWBY or Team Juniper? The only way that could work if we have 1v1. So this is what we're gonna do. RWBY against Pyrrha. John against Weiss. Blake against... No, hold on, let me take that back. John against Blake. Weiss against Ren. Nora against Yang. So there you go. You have Pyrrha versus RWBY, Yang versus Nora, Blake versus John, and Weiss versus Ren. Make it a lot more easier. I don't want to have RWBY against John, Yang against Pyrrha, and Blake against Ren. So I don't want to do that because I already done a video about that. So I want to switch things up. So let's start with Yang and Nora. These two are the heavy hitters. We see how brutal this fight will be. And when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, Yang has the edge. And both of them absorb any blows they will take. Yang could take so many blows. Doesn't matter what it is. Nora could only get stronger and boost her strength by electricity. So, since there's not going to be no electricity, Nora won't be able to use her semblance. So, even though Nora can hit hard, Yang can fight hard. So I could say either one, but I have to choose. I had to go with Yang on this one. So Yang won against Nora. So that's one win for Team RWBY, 0 victory for Team Juniper. So now let's go with Weiss against Ren. Ren is more of a close range, but when it comes to Weiss's semblance and her dust in her blade, Ren is going to have a difficult time and he could take out the summoning, but when it comes to the her Knight Grim, yeah, that's gonna be difficult. So Ren basically the best chance to be his distance. So yeah, Ren would not stand a chance against Wise. The only way he could try to get closer to her, but that's gonna be difficult because Wise will use her summoning, and plus she has dust in her weapon at her disposal. So yeah, Ren lose against Wise. So that's 2 losses for Team Juniper and 2 wins for Team RWBY. Now for John against Blake. John became more skillful of a swordsman and has gravity does and a good shield, a heavy light dust in his shield, and a great sword. Blake, she is more faster and more flexible, and she's more of a good dual blade. Plus, she can fool John with her shadow, so to speak. So this fight could be close, but honestly, the only problem that Blake will have is John using his semblance. So Blake needs to make sure that John doesn't use his semblance constantly. So I could say either one. So I think Blake would win against John, but damn near close for John winning. So Blake would win against John. So that's 3 loss for Team Juniper and 3 wins for Team RWBY. Now we're getting to Pyrrha against RWBY. Here's things gets a little bit different here. Pyrrha is more skillful in hand-to-hand combat than RWBY. RWBY is basically deadly with her scythe. This fight is a tense, but once RWBY disarmed, she is vulnerable without her weapon. And Pyrrha's semblance is basically more powerful than her team. And I'm gonna give this to Pyrrha. So RWBY lose against Pyrrha. So that's 1 win for Team Juniper and 1 loss for Team RWBY. Now, her fights, since Pyrrha is the only last remaining standing, who she's gonna face next? Well, in the video, I actually did a fight between Blake and Pyrrha. I do see Pyrrha winning against Blake, so Pyrrha would win against Blake, so there's that. So that's 2 loss for Team RWBY and another win for Team Juniper. So basically, Team Juniper lost 3 and won twice. Team RWBY won 3 and lost twice. So let's try to do, and this might be like a tie over here. Now, Pyrrha versus Wise. This could be interesting. But I feel like Pyrrha will still have the edge in this. Be a damn interesting fight, but I can see Pyrrha would win against Wise. So, another win for Team Juniper. So, it's a tie for them. 3 wins, 3 loss for Team Juniper. 3 wins and 3 loss of Team RWBY. Now it's up to Yang to break the tie. So it's Yang against Pyrrha. And I did a video about the current Yang against Volume 3 of Pyrrha. This would be a very, very damn close fight. If this was Volume 3 Yang against Pyrrha, Pyrrha would win against that version of Yang. And since this is going to be the current Yang against Volume 3 Pyrrha, Yang wins against Pyrrha. Because Yang became more understanding and more clear-minded of her fighting skills and her attitude, and not rely on her semblance. Like I said, if this was Volume 3 Yang, yeah, Pyrrha would win. But in the current Yang, the Volume 9, yeah, Yang would win. So, 4 wins for Team RWBY, but with 3 losses, and Team JNPR lose 4 losses and 3 wins. It is a damn close fight. So, yeah. So I declare Team RWBY, Ruby Rose, Wai Blake Belladonna, and Ye Xiaolong, the victor. Whew, this video might be the longest. Honestly, I'm glad this video is. Mostly all my versus videos are not that long, honestly. But I'm glad this one is the longest, because I want it to be as long as possible. So yeah, this actually be... Well, the thing is, you have Pyrrha be the strongest member of Team JNPR to make it unfair fight, but damn near close, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, the beginning, Team RWBY has the edge, but when Pyrrha, they made it a close fight. So it basically makes it like almost a tie, and only one must break the tie. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's basically it, and that's the end of the RWBY versus series video. So yeah, I want to do more, but there's really not much to do. So I'm glad I'm stopping 20 videos of the versus series video. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you guys believe that Team RWBY deserved this victory, or are you guys saying that Team JNPR should have won this matchup instead? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social medias will be down below in the description box. You can know the drill. Links to my Cash App, PayPal, Ko-fi will be down below in the description box, and in my bio if you guys want to donate and support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. RWBY is love, RWBY is life. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you guys later.